This is Top Accolade Global News Update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. Chinese President Xi Jinping on Friday touted the need for greater cooperation between China and Germany amid times of change and turmoil in a meeting with Chancellor Olaf Scholz, the first G7 leader to visit China since the pandemic began. Scholz's one-day visit will test the waters between China and the West after years of mounting tensions, analysts say, with talks expected to touch on Russia's war on Ukraine, climate change and economic ties. During their first face-to-face meeting since Scholz took office, held in the Great Hall of the People in the heart of Beijing, Xi said that as large nations with influence, China and Germany should work together all the more during times of change and turmoil for the sake of world peace, according to state broadcaster CCTV. Scholz told Xi that it was good both leaders were meeting in person during tense times and said Russia's invasion of Ukraine was creating problems for the rules-based global order, according to newsmen accompanying Scholz's delegation. Scholz also said that the two will discuss issues related to Europe-China relations, the fight against climate change and global hunger, and how to develop China-Germany economic ties, as well as topics where both countries had different perspectives. South Korea said it scrambled warplanes in response to 180 North Korean military flights near the country's shared border on Friday, hours after the North fired about 80 artillery rounds in protest of Seoul's joint military drills with the United States. North Korean aircraft were detected in multiple areas north of the tactical action line, north of the military demarcation line between the two Koreas, according to South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff. The flights occurred between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. The virtual line is drawn north of the military border and is used as a basis for South Korean air defense operations, a South Korean official said. It declined to give the virtual line's distance from the MDL, but local news reports said it was 20 to 50 kilometers. South Korea scrambled 80 aircraft, including F-35A stealth fighters, in response, while about 240 jets participating in the vigilant storm air exercises with the United States continued their drills, the military said. A flight of 10 North Korean warplanes made similar maneuvers last month, prompting South Korea to scramble jets. The North's maneuvers followed the firing of more than 80 rounds of artillery overnight and the launch of multiple missiles into the sea on Thursday, including a possible failed intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM). A Russian-installed official in southern Ukraine said Moscow will likely pull its troops from the west bank of the Dnipro River in Kherson and urged civilians to leave, possibly signaling a retreat that would be a setback to Russia's war. There was silence from senior officials in Moscow. The Kiev government and Western military analysts remained cautious, suggesting Russia could be setting a trap for advancing Ukrainian troops. In quote, "Most likely our units, our soldiers, will leave for the left bank," Kirill Stremosov, the Russian-installed deputy civilian administrator of the Kherson region, said in an interview on Thursday with Solovyov Live, a pro-Kremlin online media outlet. The area includes Kherson city, capital of the region of the same name, and the only major city Russia has captured intact since its invasion in February. It also includes one side of a dam across the Dnipro which controls the water supply to irrigate Crimea, the peninsula Russia has occupied since 2014. Previously, Russia had denied its forces were planning to withdraw from the area. In lengthy comments on Thursday night on a program organized by RT Television, Stremosov was somewhat more equivocal, saying we have to take some very difficult decisions now, whatever our strategy might be, and some people might be afraid to recognize things. Twitter will tell employees by email on Friday about whether they have been laid off, temporarily closing its offices and preventing staff access following a week of uncertainty about the company's future under new owner Elon Musk. The social media company said in an email to staff it would alert employees by 9 a.m. Pacific time on Friday about staff cuts. Musk, the world's richest person, is looking to cut around 3,700 Twitter staff, or about half the workforce, as he seeks to slash costs and impose a demanding new work ethic, according to internal plans revealed by newsmen this week. Twitter did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Twitter said in the email that its offices would be temporarily closed and all badge access suspended in order to help ensure the safety of each employee, as well as Twitter systems and customer data. The company said employees who are not affected by the layoffs would be notified via their work email addresses. Staff who had been laid off would be notified with next steps to their personal email addresses, the memo said. Two Kenyan airport workers and a police officer have won praise after returning a bag carrying about $19,000 and other valuables to a British tourist. The tourist was in a group that had just returned from a safari at Masai Mara Game Reserve when it lost the bag at Wilson Airport in the capital, Nairobi. The airport workers and policewoman found the bag and screened it for explosives before the owner was contacted. He said he had carried the substantial amount to facilitate his group's movement and comfort. The airport security supervisor, Joseph Kabangi, told the local Citizen TV that integrity is a core value among staff at the airport. That is the size of top accolade global news update. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy weekend.